Hi guys, this is Charan by City, and this is my first video on YouTube. I'm planning to create a series of videos on Windows PowerShell so that people who wanted to learn PowerShell the easy way can do it by viewing my videos. If you like the video, please click on subscribe button after watching it. Thank you so much.
All right, folks, let's get started with PowerShell. If you're a beginner, you don't know anything about PowerShell, there are two commands to get started with. One is get command and other one is get-help. By using these two commands properly, you can do anything in PowerShell. You're a beginner. You never worked on PowerShell. If that is the case, take help of these two commands to understand what the command you're looking for and how to use it. And when you are getting started with PowerShell, you don't know any commandlets, how the format is, and which command should you use for your task to be finished. So in such case, these two commands will give you a lot of information, and with which you can actually continue doing your tasks. So before we move on to the commandlets information, let's see what version of PowerShell is installed on my machine. To know that information, you need to give this commandlet get-host, which will show you the version of the PowerShell. Currently, I have 5.1 installed on my machine, and there is other way of doing it also, but this is the easiest one. Before we move on to the next thing, I just want to show you one more important step, which is updating help for PowerShell. Microsoft keeps on updating help documentation for each commandlet periodically. So updating help in the PowerShell console will download latest help file for each commandlet. The same will be useful when you actually execute the commandlet. So we are going to see what command should be used for our activity, and as well as we need to find out how to use it. To know how to use it, help must be there. Without help, we cannot execute the command, which means we don't have any idea how to execute it in the first place. So in order to update the help on the PowerShell console, we need to issue this particular command, which will actually connect your machine to Microsoft and downloads all the necessary information onto your machine. Once this execution is completed, you will see all the help is updated, and the help is in three formats for each commandlet basically. Help can be retrieved in examples format, and help can be retrieved in detailed format, or help can be retrieved in full format, which I'll show you in the next couple of minutes anyway. So updating help is the mandatory requirement when you want to work on PowerShell. So let's go ahead and press enter. This is going to take some time. While it is doing its thing, let me explain you a little bit about those two commandlets that I told you earlier. One is get command, the other one is get help. So you don't know which command you are looking for. So you just wanted to uh, see the services installed on your machine, but you don't know which command to use. Or you wanted to list out the processes running in your machine, and you don't know which commandlet to use. Or if it is something related to disk, you don't know which command again. In the same way, you don't know what commandlets are useful for networking stuff. So in such case, if you know the desired keyword, like for services, you know the keyword services, and for processes, you have the keyword processes, and storage or disk, networking, IP address, whatnot, everything. You just need to have the keyword with you, and using the get command, you can actually get the desired information. So it has thrown some error here, failed to update for the module. Okay, so I got some modules installed, some third-party modules, which is FP Client, Defender, Microsoft PowerShell, blah blah blah. So update help was unable to download the latest help files for these um, modules, but rest of the modules have been updated already. So let's go ahead and look at get command, how it works. I'm just going to clear my screen. If you issue the get command commandlet on the PowerShell console, it will retrieve and show all the commandlets available inside your PowerShell. So which I'm going to do it right now. So if I issue this command, it's gonna retrieve the list of commandlets available for your PowerShell console. There might be about 6,500 commandlets will be retrieved and displayed to you. So as a beginner, you don't know which command to use, right? So you can actually filter out the list of the commandlets and select the appropriate command for your task. But I'll show you how to actually get the exact commandlet which you want to use for your task. So let's go ahead and hit enter and see what it displays as output. Then I'll show you the count of commandlets available in your console. So I've entered the commandlet. So it's gonna take a while and retrieve all the list of commandlets within your PowerShell. There are a lot of commandlets coming up. So out of this, we don't know which command to be used for our activity, right? So I'll show you how to actually filter out the best suited commandlet for our task to be finished. So now it has retrieved all the list of commandlets, and let's see how many commandlets are available. I verified this before recording this video, so it's about 6,500 commandlets available in my machine. It might be different for you because I have a couple of additional modules have been installed in my machine which are related to Azure. By default, Microsoft PowerShell comes with um, PowerShell related modules only. These are the PowerShell related modules. There are third-party modules which has been installed when I installed Azure PowerShell for Azure. So these are all additional commandlets basically. So now we got the list of commandlets installed in our machine. So we need to figure out a way to identify which commandlet is best suited for our needs and how to use it. Now that we have retrieved all the list of commandlets in the PowerShell, I want to figure out which command is needed for my task or activity, right? So I know the keyword, something like I wanted to um, list out the services installed on my machine. So, but I don't know the commandlet. So let's see how to get the appropriate command to finish our task. So to do that, what I'll do is I issue get command again, and I'll give a parameter with a keyword. If you can see, the keyword is surrounded by two asterisks. So which means any commandlet that contains this keyword in the middle, just filter the list of the commandlets and return those commandlets. So asterisk before means uh, there might be a word before service keyword, and asterisk after means there might be a word after the service keyword. So if I issue this command, it will try to search within the 6,500 commandlets and retrieves the commands which have the keyword service. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Now I issued the command. So if you see all these commandlets somewhere in the middle or in the beginning or at the end has service as the keyword. But out of these commands, I want to get only system specific services commandlets. So I'm precisely looking for this particular commandlet. But searching through this huge list of list will take some time for me and makes me little confusing also. So let's see how many number of commands with the service keyword are available in our list. So out of 6500 there are 582 commandlets which has service as the keyword. Okay, now I want to do some magic, like I wanted to remove one asterisk at the end and issue the command. So my commandlet should end with the service command only, service keyword only. After the service keyword, I don't want any word to be there. So I'm issuing this command, and if you can see, now the list has been reduced. Before it was 5082, 582. Now if you get the count of it, it will be very less. It's about 73 now. Okay, so now I figured out a way to retrieve the commandlets based on the keyword that I know. So I want to get only commandlets which has service as the keyword. Other than service, there shouldn't be anything. So if that is the case, I need to trim this commandlet again and add hyphen before the service keyword. So it will give you specific commandlets related to service. So get service, new service, restart service, resume service, and all of them are related to the service specific commandlets. They're not related to Azure or not related to any other uh, module. If you see, all of these commandlets are coming from same PowerShell module, that is Microsoft PowerShell Management. So now that we filtered out our commandlets from 6500 to let's see the count again, to 8, and now we know what all commands available to work with our system services. So I know the command, and I'm going to issue this command directly. So I just wanted to see what output it will show, right? So I'm going to issue this command. All right, so it actually retrieved my services running on this machine. So all of the services with the status, name, display name, etc. Okay, so we know the command now, but we don't know how to actually use it, right? So if you see here, uh, the list of services retrieved very well, but they are not properly organized. I just wanted to sort them based on their status, or maybe based on their name, or maybe based on their display name. And also I wanted to get details of only a specific service, not about all these things. So here we can only see 3 columns: status, name, and display name. And also I wanted to see if there are any other properties for this commandlet so that it can display all the details of the service, like the startup type of the service, or maybe path of the executable, kind of stuff. So to use this commandlet, I thoroughly wanted to know how can I use it. To do so, we need to take help of the get help command now. So let's go down and issue the commandlet get help get service. So the format of the syntax of the commandlet goes like this. If you want to get help of any commandlet, get help for any commandlet, then you need to give get help and space, then commandlet name, which will show you help available for that specific commandlet. So this is the help, updated help for get service commandlet. The name of the commandlet is get service. Synopsis means what it does. Gets the services on local or remote computer, and there is a syntax options available, description of the command available. The get service commandlet gets objects that represent the services on local or remote computer, blah blah blah, and also related services commands new surveys which we tried earlier. And if you want to see examples, now you wanted to use it for your activity. So then if you want to see the examples, you can actually use this commandlet to see the examples. If you want to see detailed information about this commandlet, detailed help about this commandlet, then you have to issue this command. And if you want to see full technical information, then you need to issue this commandlet. So let's try with examples right now. So I just selected the text and pressing enter here so that it gets copied onto the clipboard. And when you right click on it on the console, it will be pasted. So if you issue the commandlet like this, it actually displaying the examples right now. So here is our commandlet I've issued, and along with name synopsis, now you can see examples. Example 1, example 2, example 3, and so on. So each example has its own description. If you want to get all services on the computer, it's just simple command that you need to issue. If you want to get services that begin with a search string like a keyword that we did earlier uh, when we are using get command. So get service within the quotation marks WMI asterisk. So this will retrieve all the services with WMI as the name. So we saw this. Let's go ahead and do this. I selected the text and pressed enter to copy it to the clipboard and right clicked it. So it's pasted. So it just filtered out services with the keyword WMI and displayed the list to us. And vice versa, you can use these examples to actually better work with the commandlet. Right now we have some idea how to use this commandlet and finish our task. This is particularly services with network as the keyword in the display name, not in the name, right? Display name column and so on. So there are a couple of other examples as well with the keyword WinRM get service. Pressing enter and pasting. It is showing the status of a specific service. So the same way you can actually retrieve the list of commandlets. I'm sorry, retrieve the list of services from localhost or remote machines as well. You just need to provide the server names here in this format. So it will connect to the remote PowerShell on the remote machine and get a list of services running on that machine or available on that machine. So with this, we know how to retrieve a specific command, how to get a specific command. In other words, what command should be used and how to use that command, specific command. So there are other advanced concepts when we are using commandlets, which I'll discuss in my next videos. So these two commandlets, get service, get help and get command are both of them are very useful for us to get started with PowerShell.